There's a unique magic to the world's coastlines. For over 200 years, the beach has been considered a place of peace and discovery. Families gather here for leisure, and they become an exploratory playground for the young. We're drawn to the treasures scattered at our feet, seashells, each one a gift from the ocean. For generations, collecting shells has connected us to the ocean's artistry and our ancestors' traditions. It's a timeless ritual that bridges the past and present. Finding fun, curiosity, or meditation in the search, we bring home a piece from the wild. Seashells become storytellers, reminding of the vast, mysterious life just beyond the waves. They are more than just souvenirs. They are fragments of a larger environment. For one shell collected in every 100 beach visitors, each year around 10,000 tons of them are removed from beaches worldwide. As our relationship with the shoreline is changing, today these seashells speak of not only the ocean's beauty, but also its fragility. The simple act of picking up a shell is now part of a much larger, more complex pictures. It reminds of our responsibility to protect these natural treasures. Our coastlines reveal a troubling reality: plastic waste mingling with natural debris. Among the sand, shells and seaweed, we find bottle caps and plastic fragments. Some creatures, once reliant on natural shells, are now seen carrying plastic homes. This adaptation is a symbol of resilience, but also a sign that something is deeply wrong. The beach, once seen a place of beauty, becomes a site of ecological struggle. This shift compels us to look deeper into the dilemmas hidden in the sensitivity of the environment. To truly grasp the crisis faced by our oceans, we first need to understand what shells and corals actually are, and why they matter so much to marine life. A seashell is more than just a pretty object. It's an exoskeleton of the soft-bodied creatures, meant for their protection. Carefully composed from calcium carbonate that the mollusks extracts from seawater, the shell only gets abandoned upon their death. But that shell doesn't go to waste. It becomes a vital home for creatures like hermit crabs and plays a crucial role in sustaining the balance of the coastal ecosystem. As shells gradually break down, they enrich the sand, providing essential minerals and helping to support new generations of marine life along the shore. Corals, on the other hand, are living colonies made up of thousands of tiny animals called polyps. These polyps work together to build vast reefs from their own calcium carbonate skeletons. Coral reefs, though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, are among the most productive and diverse ecosystems on Earth, supporting a quarter of all marine life. These reefs provide food, shelter and protection for countless species, from tiny fish to large predators, and they also act as natural barriers, shielding coastlines from the destructive force of storms and waves. The vibrant colors of coral reefs come from a delicate partnership with symbiotic algae, which help corals get energy from sunlight. Shells and corals are not just beautiful. They are the very foundation of thriving marine ecosystems, supporting life in ways we are only beginning to fully appreciate. Their survival is essential to the health of our planet and to the future of countless species that depend on them. Seashell collection is not just a problem on its own. The balance sustaining shells and corals is also threatened by a flood of pollution. Beyond visible plastics, a chemical mix of nutrients, pesticides and heavy metals poisons the water. Nutrient runoff triggers algal blooms, smothering reefs and starving them of sunlight and oxygen. Sediments and toxins disrupt the growth and reproduction of marine life, while microplastics infiltrate the food chain. These pollutants fundamentally alter ocean chemistry, endangering its most delicate inhabitants. The threats are largely invisible, but their impact is profound and far-reaching. The sight of a hermit crab making its home in a plastic cap raises a difficult question. Are these creatures adapting out of necessity because of a shortage of natural shells, or simply overwhelmed by the abundance of plastic debris in their environment? For decades, we have collected shells as souvenirs, and this seemingly harmless habit may have created a housing shortage for hermit crabs. Should we be more mindful and leave some shells on the beach so they have the resources they need to survive? But with trillions of plastic fragments now polluting our oceans and washing up on shores, crabs may simply be choosing what's most available to them. The answer lies somewhere between necessity and convenience. It's a visual symbol of how human activity is altering the choices available to wildlife. The problem is not just about supply and demand, it's about a new synthetic environment we've created, one where natural and artificial materials are now inseparably mixed. Both the removal of shells and the relentless spread of plastic pollution are pushing these creatures into desperate, sometimes dangerous adaptations just to survive. The dilemma is complex, with no single cause or easy solution. It's a tangled web of human habits, environmental change, and animal resilience. Ultimately, it's a sad reminder of how our everyday small-seeming actions reshape the natural world in lasting ways. Human intervention has woven a tangled web of environmental change. Shell collection and plastic pollution are deeply interconnected, compounding the crisis. Removing plastics from the ocean is fraught with risk. Microplastics are mixed with sand and plankton, making cleanup dangerous for marine life. Our impacts, warming seas, acidification, overcollection and pollution don't act alone. They amplify each other. The hermit crab's plastic shell is a microcosm of a much larger issue. Our actions converge to create unforeseen crises. There are no easy fixes. Only a holistic approach can address the root causes. We must recognize the deep interconnectedness of our impacts and act accordingly. Shells and corals are not just passive objects. They absorb and record the pollution in their environment. Scientific studies reveal that shells from polluted coasts contain high levels of heavy metals and toxins. These contaminants persist long after the animal's gone, turning shells into tiny repositories of pollution. When predators eat contaminated mollusks, toxins move up the food chain, becoming more concentrated at each step. This biomagnification threatens marine life and, ultimately, human health. The beautiful shells we collect may carry a hidden toxic load. Shells and corals are sentinels, warning us about the state of our oceans. Their condition is a call to stop pollution at its source. The story of shells and corals is a reflection of our relationship with the ocean, one that now demands action. We must move from passive admiration to active guardianship, embracing sustainable collection and respect for marine life. Empty shells are not empty. They are future homes and vital resources. Local communities are key stewards. Empowering them strengthens conservation. Raising awareness through education and public campaigns can transform our collective behaviour. This is about more than saving crabs or reefs. It's about recognizing our interconnectedness with the ocean. The ocean has given us so much. Now it asks for our help. By acting together, we can ensure future generations will marvel at the treasures of the sea, in a world where every creature has a proper home.